Yeah, it's starting now. Now we are in the YouTube. Mm. Yes, now we are in the YouTube. So for today, the the theme for today is ebooks. I don't know if you like ebooks, but it's an interesting subject for to talk about. So I hope you enjoy this conversation. And who is watching us from YouTube? If you wanna join us, just access talkingtalk.com.br, and in the next conversation you can be here also. Okay, so again, talkingtalk.com.br, and you can access and choose some time and schedule a conversation. Okay. So good evening again, Heitor. Good evening, Fabiana. Um, I don't know if I ask some question for you about ebooks or if we read the questions, because uh, easily I can talk some question if I ask a question for you.
Go ahead. It's your
Yeah.
class. You choose.
Okay, okay. So go to the question. Go to the questions. The question number one is, do you prefer reading on paper or on a screen? So talking about ebooks or books, do you prefer reading on paper or on a screen?
Ladies first.
Okay. I think I prefer read on a screen. I think it's easier to, it's quickly maybe, because I don't know if I read something on my cell phone or on my notebook. I think it's better for me. That's it. And you later.
I don't like so much reading in the screen because when I'm reading something, I'm open another. I don't know how to say "aban" in English. I forgot another.
Tab, maybe tabbing,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I open another tab and start to see another things and forgot everything that I read. So I prefer have the book on my hands and turn off every cell phone, computer, and try to focus on the reading. I prefer the Impress book. And you?
Yeah, I like to read on a screen because I can open new tabs. I don't know, my mind fly when I am reading, and it's very hard. Don't how can I say that? Uh, I can't be focused when I am reading, because if I am reading a new word or some place that I don't know, someone uh, in the history that I don't know who are, I need to search this in the Google or in the YouTube, or I don't know. So for me, it's very hard, but I prefer to read on the screens. But in my computer or sometimes in my cell phone, my yeah, I think that. Exactly. Okay, so read for us, Fabiana, please, another question.
Yes. Do you think traditional publishers are a dying breed? Traditional publishers. I don't know, because I think how can I say, this market decrease a lot. But I think there's a lot of people that like to read a paper book, I don't know, a physical book. And I this last weekend I went to how can livraria, not library, I don't know, livraria. I went to a livraria in São Paulo, and was crowded. That was that was a surprise for me because it was really really crowded, and I didn't know that a lot of people like to read paper books yet. So I think this market is I don't know how to say that in English, but it's nichado. It's a specific people to specific people, I think. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this market is really decreasing in some years, not disappear, but I totally understand when you said about I think it's a book story crowded, and because the market is changing, the real purpose is not to sell the book, is the real, in my opinion, of course, the purpose is to the customer have another experience, like drink a coffee or eat something. It's more expensive sometimes than I a book, maybe, or maybe the customer can buy a combo with book and coffee and some snacks to read that. I think this kind of markets is changing during the years, but I don't think it will disappear. And you, Paul?
Uh, I, I think when I think about these traditional publishers and another traditional markets, I think like um, vinyl disc, or Victrola. My dad have a Victrola, and this is very today the things are becoming gourmet. So I think for about books, this is happening because uh, some people like to be collectors, book collectors, and I think in some days the books can become more expensive because it will be more hard to find paper book, and I don't know, maybe this market would be small in the future, but maybe expensive product because I don't know if it's hard to print a paper book. Really, I don't know. But uh, if we can do that in home, in our home, like impressora 3D. So yeah, I think this is like a gourmet market, you know. So yeah, this is my opinion. It's for example, today my dad is looking for vinyl for collecting vinyl. So about books, I think some people will do that also in the future. But it's very cool when you have a book when you come home or a friend you go in a friend home and oh man, you have Harry Potter, the collection. Oh, something like that. It's nice. Okay. So you can get a question.
Okay, number 4. Why are ebooks cheaper than paper books? Well, I think the main reason is because they don't have to print, they don't have to spend a lot of money with papers. and printers. I think it's the main reason. But I think the market's changing today. Nowadays, everyone wants to read on subway or the bus, and it's more easy to read in your cell phone or tablet than carrying a book in your backpack, maybe. So I think, but the main reason is, of course, the cost to print a book and to maintain the stock and open a store to sell that. It's pretty different with a book. You just pay and download. You don't have to, it's not necessary to have some place to storage that. There is a lot of costs involved in that. And for you, Fabiana?
I agree. Totally agree with you, Heitor. I think the main reason is because ebooks you don't have necessary to print them to read, um, and there's a place to storage that books. I think ebook is easier, came to um, make easier the read of day by day on subways, bus. I think that's the main reason. And you, Paulo?
Yeah, I agree also. And when we think about the stock, these start these books, uh, it's more easy. You stock a file, a digital file. So uh, yeah, this make be more cheap. The costs. Uh, and when you can offer a product for more peoples, for more customers, this usually uh, make this product to be more cheap. So offer and demand, I think is that this law make the ebook to be more cheap. Yeah, I think it's that. Let me see another question. What was this question? Number four? Yeah.
Yeah, was number 4.
Okay, so number 5. Do you have a favorite book? Do you love smell and feel, feel of it? Uh, do you see in your bookshelf make you happy? Oh, my reading is very bad. Let me put here. Uh, Let me read it again. Do you have a favorite book? It's many questions in just one question. Do you love the smell and feel of it? I will answer each question. It's more easy. So I have a book that I like to read in my first graduation. These have maybe 10 years. Uh, I don't know the title in English, but is Futuro da Humanidade in Portuguese. From I think the author is Augusto Cury. I don't know. It's a book very simple, but I like it because talk about medicine student. I think it's that, and I don't know. The history is very interesting because talk about a person. I need to talk this in Portuguese. Uma pessoa que morreu como indigente, and the students of medicine try to, a student try to understand who are this person, who are this person that die, and anyone know who are, but usually this happen, the peoples that die uh, like indigent go to a university for to be um instrumento de estudos, enfim. So is that. This is my maybe my first favorite book. I like to feel the smell of a book. It's very interesting, especially when a old book, when the paper are yellow, a little yellow. I like that, but I think it's not good for health because you can, I don't know, get ácaros or something like that. And this, do seeing in your bookshelf make you happy? I don't know this question, man. Let me translate this. You know, someone know.
Yeah, with you when you look for your
Um,
stance, you
no,
make you happy.
I don't have any book. So, but maybe if I have this in my bookshelf, I have sure that I will be happy when I see that. So is that. And you, Heitor, what is your favorite book?
Um, I don't have yet a favorite book. I it's very interesting because that's my new hobby. So collecting books. I started collecting some books from Dark Side. It's a famous, I don't know how to say editor in English, and they are horror books. I love this kind of book. And this week I start to buy some comic books from novels, Marvel novels from Salvat. It's a huge collection with, I don't know, 100 comic books. It's very interesting because I had some problems to read. I don't have much focus to keep reading for a long time, but I love to buy books, especially used books, because I don't know, they have a history. It's funny for me think then one person already read that and have some histories read in this book. I think it's very interesting. And I started this new hobby this year. Actually, last year, I started to buy a lot of books, used books, and when I saw something very interesting, I buy that. And this week I started this new hobby from Marvel. So I try to be more, I don't know how to say that, better reader. And for you, Fabiana?
It's difficult. It's a difficult question. I don't have the one favorite book. I don't have this. I don't used to read, to be honest. So I don't have a favorite book. I don't feel happy to smell them. I don't have this. But I like to see book in a bookshelf. I think it's beautiful. And I agree with you, Vitor. I think books. The last weekend that I went this bookstore, that's it. That make me think about how much, how many or how much, I don't know, knowledge has in these places, because so many books about so many things, and I saw some books that that make me think, oh, um, is anyone buy this to read? And at the same time, it is there's a lot of things, interesting things to read and know about this subject. I like books in general, but I don't have this. I don't use to read them. But I think it's a important hobby to get.
Yeah, I need to correct my talk because I don't read books. I like to listen books. It's different. Yeah, I prefer to listen books. My wife, she has a Kindle, and I get this sometimes, but I don't know. I prefer to be in my computer. And about what Fabiana is talking, because of that, I remember that I don't read usually books. I listen books. Uh, and sometimes the people come and in a call, in a meeting, the people's asking us, what the last book you read? This is very complicated because sometimes I think also, I don't know, man. I don't know what the last book that I read. I don't know. In the last year, I read maybe 3 books just for to answer this question. But so when the people ask me, for example, today when the people ask me the last book that I read, I say comece pelo mais difícil. I like it this book, but this have maybe 5 months. I don't know, 3, 5, maybe this. So, but I don't read. I listen this book. So,
Yes, but
uh,
this question, what was the last book that you read? It's, how can I say, it's atemporal. Because the last book that I read it was, I don't know, 1 year or two ago. 1 year, yeah, I remember. So the people that who has me that, they don't know when was the last time that I read.
yeah. Yeah.
The people are interested in the name of book, not when you read, because sometimes they
Yeah.
read it 2, 3 years, but they want to know the name of book because oh, it's an interesting name. Maybe I will try read that.
Yes, exactly. They ask you what book, not when you read.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Okay, so the next question, number 6. Yeah, number 6. How do e-books and traditional books compare in price? This is a simple question. I never saw a digital book more expensive than uh, a paper book. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. For me, it's just this.
I think when we talk about ebooks, we have some new things than it's not improve, make better our experience. Like when I forgot the name of the app, you pay a mensal payment, you can read any book that you want. I can't remember, but it's like a locadora. I don't know how to say that in English. It's like a locadora of books. You pay like 30 reals and you can read any kind of books. It's amazing. I think it's the main reason then ebooks are better because it's you are able to choose like that or change books easily. And it's very hard. It's almost impossible with impressive books. Can you imagine you go to the pay 30 reals, go to a library store, a bookstore, take a book, go home, read, and give back, take another. It's almost impossible. And for you, Fabiana.
Yes, I think It's I never saw a ebook a more expensive than a book paper. But I think this business, this digital business is scalable. So my mind always gonna be cheaper than physical things. So that's it. What about you, Paul?
No, yeah, I already talked it. Just that usually I think they are more expensive. Digital books are more expensive than paper books. Yeah, I fixed that. Um, okay. Next question. Will no use number six no seven number six. It's because I was looking for a number and talking another number and okay. Uh, you can't curl up with an ebook. Do you agree or disagree? Curl up. I think it's like a boogie or I don't know, something like
Enrolar.
that. Yes, yeah. Um, I think I can do that when you have, for example, the Kindle. It's very interesting, man, because it's strange for me because the screen it's different. The light is different. The I don't know, when you touch the screen, it's different. The touch, So it's very similar a paper when you touch a Kindle screen. So I think you can feel, you can get a good experience when you read a book in a Kindle, for example. Maybe have other dispositivos that you can use for to read, but yeah, it's not the same thing, but it's interesting also. And you, Fabiana, you don't usually don't make this with books, but maybe with another thing, I don't know.
Yes, I don't know how to answer this question because I really don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I agree or disagree. I don't know. Really don't know. But I'm curious to read on a Kindle to feel like you said.
Yeah, it's in the first time that I get this Kindle in my hand, uh, I got it a little decepcionado because it's very simple, very, very simple. But this is the purpose for this dispositive. It's to be simple for you to be focused. So, for example, it's not colorful. It's black white. So yeah, I don't know if have a colorful Kindle really, but uh, it's interesting. It's nice.
I always
And
think
you, and you,
why I always think why we have a Kindle because you must have a tablet and not just read a book, but surf on the internet, make other things. But you got a good reason. It's simple because you can't do anything more else than read the book. It's just that, okay? Don't lose your focus. Read the book.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's the reason to why have a kind of. So I, as I said, I prefer a book because one of the reasons is I can see when I'm almost finished the book, I see, okay, just 30 pages to finish that. So it's different when you watch it, when you read something on a book on screen. You don't know where you are, okay? If you are in the middle or this the beginning of the book. I like to feel that it's sensation to almost finish a book. It's very fun because my last book I finished on the subway, and I was very happy with that. Oh, okay, I finished the book, and you can show this kind of emotion in the subway. You have to close the book and put your backpack.
I think I read books just when I go to the shopping uh, for I don't know. He had Livraria Cultura and Saraiva. I don't know the libraries that have in your cities, but and have library Jaqueira, Livraria Jaqueira. This is very nice because in the center of this library has a um, how is the name? Árvore. I don't know árvore in English, but it has an árvore in the center of this library. It's very crazy because it's like you to be uh, above it's embaixo. Yeah, so it's like you to be above this. Oh man, how is árvore?
Three.
Árvore. Tree, yeah.
True.
So it's like you should be above a tree reading books, you know. So it's very interesting experience. Having a coffee store in a side, in another side have um, a, a place for to play instruments. So it's very nice place for to be there, read books, and I don't know, take photos. Okay. The next questions. Let me see. The question number 9. It's I I don't know. I think if someone wanna answer that, uh, no 9. No, number 8. Uh, I think we already talked about that. The traditional papers-based books always be printed. Um, yeah, I think we talked about that in the question number 3. No, so uh, question number 9. Someone can read this next question.
For sure. What's the best e-reader on the market? Why do you think it is the best one? I don't know, maybe Kindle. I don't have any reader. If I want to read something, I like ebooks. I read on my tablet. So I don't know. My opinion is Kindle. And for you, Fabiana?
I agree with you. I think it's Kindle, but I don't have anyone here. So I think it's Kindle,
Yeah.
especially after the explanation that Paulo gave us.
I'm very curious about
Yeah,
that.
I
How
am
is
thought.
touch a screen like a paper?
Yeah, I am taking a look in the Google and I can't find another e-reader. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I have, but I can't find. Another interesting curiosity about Kindle. You can send PDF or another ebook for email that you receive from, I think it's Amazon email. So when you send PDF or ebook for this email, you can open this in your Kindle. This is the way that you can read anything in your Kindle. Because you can put a USB or Bluetooth, or you can connect with anyway. So that okay. Last question, Fabiana, can you read for us the last question?
Yes. Number 10. How do you feel about the illegal downloading of books? What about music? It's a complicated question because
I will stop the recording.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you. Yes, that's a complicated question because I don't feel guilty to make a downloading of a book or a music. But I know this is illegal and it's not right. But I don't know. At the same time, I think I think it depends. Depends. It's each case is a case. Cada caso é um caso. Because I think if the writer, if they are sell something or a book or an ebook, and if this is his business, I think it's, I don't know, it's I maybe I feel more guilty if I make a download, but at the same time, in the internet, I think the knowledge have to be shared. I don't know. It's a complicated question. In music, I pay for Spotify. I think it's fair to pay for all the content they have. So yeah, but before Spotify, I used to make a download of music too. So I never feel guilty about that. Never felt guilty about that. What about you, Heitor?
I think depend of the financial situation of that person. There's a lot of people that want to read something, but they don't have money to buy. In this case, I think it's fair enough to download the illegal because, as you said, the knowledge must be shared with everyone. Doesn't matter what kind of situation, financial situation they are. But I think if you are able to pay that and you really like, you must pay. It's it's hard to think then a writer makes some research about that and it's their work. Yeah, it's fair be paid like that. I didn't like if I did something and someone share my work with maybe people they are able to pay for that. But well, that's my opinion. And for you, Paul.
Yeah, I think that ebooks are something that's not really for, how can I say, for this capitalist mindset, because how can I say, when you have a book, you can share. When you buy this, you can share with anyone. But for share this, you need to make a copy. So it's complicated because the capitalist model don't think about that. How to do, how to, I don't know. How can I share I buy a book and I want to share with a tour. I will delete this from my computer. And send for him. It's very crazy to think about that. So maybe this is not something for the capitalist market, but are inside this market, are inside this model market. So uh, until the market, while the market can get money from this, they will get. So um, yeah, I think that it's like as Fabiana told about, I think Fabiana about Spotify. Uh, Today the people are sharing music. Uh, some years ago, how we do that? We take fitas out to say this, but we take fitas on the radio, record fitas on the radio, and say this in our home. Maybe it's wrong when you sell this for another person because uh, you can do that. You don't have authorization. You don't have basically authorization for to do that. But if you record for yourself and you share this fita for another person, what's the problem? So it's so today it's a different moment, but it's almost the same thing. It's a long talk about this subject. So yeah, but I especially I don't know. I don't download these things, but it's very easy when you need to find something, some ebook, some another thing. It's very easy to find this in the internet. Uh, but I agree what Hector told. When you can pay for this for something, yeah, I think this is the right thing for to do, because sometimes the peoples don't pay because don't have money, and sometimes very expensive. But yeah, it's that. I think so. Okay, I don't know if we have some another thing about the books or about anything that you want to share or talk.
It's fine.
No, it's okay.
Okay, guys. So thank you for today. I like it. I was tired, but I'm still tired. But I like it to be here with you, Fabiana, Heitor. Really, I thank you for today. And is that for today? Is that okay?
Okay, guys.
Okay, thank
See
you
you.
guys.
See you.
See
Good
you.
rest,
Bye
guys.
bye.